one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it because you can.
This story is brought to us from Como News, KOMO. The Seattle Police Department is already clashing with Mayor Katie Wilson, who just took office days ago. The issue is about an alleged directive from the mayor regarding open drug use in the city of Seattle. According to the Seattle Police Officers Guild, or SPOG, Mayor Wilson has ordered officers to stop arresting people for open drug use. In a statement, the SPOG called the decision naive and ignorant, saying that policy will create more death and societal decay. The statement also criticizes the Law Enforcement Assisted Diversion, LEAD, program, which aims to divert people who, among other things, are engaged in low-level drug crime away from the criminal legal system and instead connects them with intensive case managers. SPOG said the LEAD program supports the idea of suicidal empathy. Some state leaders have also weighed in on the issue. GOP Chairman Jim Walsh called the idea of not arresting people for open drug use stupid. Como News reached out to the Seattle Police Department over the weekend. A spokesperson said someone will get back to us Monday morning. That was past Monday. Seattle Police Officers Guild President Mike Solon issued this following statement. The recent naive, ignorant political decision to not arrest offenders for open drug use in the city of Seattle, Washington, is horrifically dangerous and will create more death and societal decay. It embodies an enormous flaw in those in our community who think that meeting people where they are, who are in the throes of addiction, is the correct path to lift them up. This is wrong, and it is commonly referred to as suicidal empathy. Most cops know that the LEAD program supports this ideology, and they don't want to refer cases. It is a waste of time. We've all seen how our streets can be filled with death, decay, blight, and crime when ideology like this affects our city. Now, with this resurrected insane direction, death, destruction, and more human suffering will be supercharged, he says. So, Mayor Wilson has this ideology that, look, we arrest them, we put them to the criminal justice system, they get out, they're back on the streets, we arrest them, put them to the criminal justice system. They're back on this. It's like a cycle, and addiction is a cycle like that. Once addiction gets its talons into you, you're done. Like a rabbit caught by a hawk. You're done. Ben Affleck once said, he was asked about addiction, and he said, there's nothing anybody can tell you that will get you clean and sober. He said, you have to reach rock bottom and realize there's nowhere to go but up. You have to realize that, Ben Affleck once said. And it's kind of the way it is. These people have to know. They have to realize that, damn, I'm at the bottom. But this mayor, she says, we don't want to put them through the criminal justice system. We want to get them into programs. We want to help them. We want to get them clean and sober. And again, like Affleck said, if they don't want it, you can't force them. You can't make them get help, you know? It's like our sheriff touched on once, trying to help the homeless. We're going to help the homeless. Well, if they don't want help, just forcing them to get help, that could be a Fourth Amendment civil rights violation, because now you're not making them feel very secure, in their persons or their property, or you're forcing them. We're going to force you to get clean and sober. We're going to force you to get help and not be homeless. And that person's going, I don't want help. I want to be right where I'm at. That's addiction. And sometimes it could be that's mental illness. And they interviewed a homeless woman one time. They said, why don't you want help? She goes, because I'm happy right where I'm at. And the person said, you're living in the streets. She goes, yeah, I'm free. And she had like this nasty old tent set up. It was a tarp. It's where she wanted to be. Can't force them.